Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That is the Gun Cannon 2, which is a suit I've only played like once or twice before, my entirety playing GBO2, and I decided to play it again because I wanted to change up how I play GBO2 at 400 and 450, because I believe this is another like late night or early morning match, except I will be joined with Fruity on Abandoned City, and yeah, I wanted to change up how I always play 400 450, because it's always 400 450 at this time. Although thankfully it wasn't City Ruins again. Now it was random and it's Abandoned City, so I'll take a different change of a landscape. Even though it's another city, but and yeah, we picked the Gun Cannon too, and yeah, it's a pure just sniping suit. I probably should have picked it in another map, which I did pick. I have like if I want to post another video of the Gun Cannon 2, I have one where I use it in the desert, which is a lot more better. Place to use it. On this map, I expected us to not go all the way to not pushing forward, because one of the mistakes I always see on Abandoned City on B side is our team always sitting back. Like, usually the first point that gets captured is D, and then we capture D, and then we get totally destroyed, annihilated, and then we always spawn at D, and nothing gets done because we just get forced into a choke point, or a double choke point, really. We get funneled, I should say. But somehow, we actually have a team. It's a very weird team setup, too. We have a Zuda F, a Gaza C, a level 4 Cold Districts type GM, and Fruity in the Dolahan, and me in the GM Gun and Cannon 2. And somehow we make it work on Abandoned City, which was just completely weird. I picked Gun Cannon 2 because I figured what was going to happen was usually going to happen, right? I was going to go up on top of a building and do some sniping. But no, it turns out the team actually pushed forward. They do the right side, push forward kind of meta, right? I did not expect that at all from our team, honestly. And I was like, oh shit, they actually did something cool, okay. For this, you want to get aggressive on B side. That's what I'm trying to get at when you play Abandoned City. I did not expect that, and my suit choice was almost moot at that point. But I will try my best to continue sniping. You'll see me periodically changing positions, because the enemy team is also being aggressive as well, which is good for them, because you have to get aggressive for this map, or it's just going to be choke point hell. I forgot I could shoot through my own teammates. Maybe I didn't want to shoot through the Zuda F to damage the Gun Cannon Type D, but yeah, it seems like the enemy team was also being kind of meta-ish. They have a heavy Gun Cannon Type D, they have an Aqua Gundam. That is a fucking light armor, okay. I have 8,000 health, and it's going to be dropped down to 4,000 from just a few missiles. Nice. Gonna watch out for that line armor, even though it has less resistances than a lot of suits. It's still very dangerous up close for a support like me that has no stun weapons. Also, there goes that Aqua Gundam. They also have an Isaac, which is definitely a well-used suit at 400, 450. And I think they might have something else that I can't think of at the moment, which... yeah, it seems like the enemy team is well equipped to handle us, to say the least. It seems like we'll be relying on the Gaza C for like major damage. With the Zuda F getting the heavy staggers, Fruity probably helping get aggressive as the raid to stop the Isaac, and the GM Cold Districts type to get some like constant damage. And just with how fast the GM Cold Districts type can shoot, yeah, that will melt health pretty easily. If they focus fire on somebody, and that'd be good for the GM line armor. But yeah, I will be taking another sniping position in the back here, because there's nowhere else I can go. I don't want to go on top of that building, or the one in front of me, or the one next to the building in front of me, I should say. Gonna miss the Aqua Gundam. Our team is pushing again, so it's like, oh shit, okay, so we're doing it again. At this point, I'm realizing how our team is behaving. It's like, okay, so we're not being typical right now, which is great, but it's going to fuck me over, because I realized a little bit too late. Here comes the GM line armor, which you know what, I thought I could probably maybe get away with that. I realized, oh hey, there's the Marine Gundam behind me, so you know what, I can take peace in the fact that I was distracting two suits from our team, from coming up behind our team. And hey, our team circled back around to F, which we did capture F, which is good. And let's see if we can spawn in. We were winning by 5, it's 5,000 to 3,000, so we're winning by 2,000 points. Nice. And I'll do some support fire. I think everybody's dead. Oh, no, nobody's dead. My bad. I thought I was doing the first support fire earlier. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and drop that down in that building because it will go around that building. Hopefully it'll catch some people, and I believe it does. Unfortunately, I think that's the raid that just saw me. I can tell with how he's just boosting forward. And here's something very, very quirky about the suit. If you call it that. Yeah, I have balancers. The Gun Cannon 2 has balancers, believe it or not. The majority, main sniping suit, a suit that's just sniping, has balancers. And it actually saved my life, even though I only did 400 damage to the raid. I think the late C might help a little bit there too. But yeah, I caught him with a side swing, and that allowed me to live longer. And look, I'm surviving. I lived. Yeah, I lived that engagement because of the balancers there. And I will get shot by the GM again, but the G line. But I lived a raid engagement. So I want to ask the devs and people who still think that for supports not to have balancers is fine. This suit, the Gigan, has balancers. This suit that's just mostly sniping, has balancers. So why the fuck does the Yagdoga QA and other supports at high cost not have balancers? Give me a genuine answer. Why? And don't say any stupid shit about makes the raid's jobs easier, because the raid was still kicking my ass for the most part there. I just prolonged me die. It actually helped there because I didn't immediately fucking die. I still took major damage. I almost died anyway. So why won't suits that have weapons that actually help it, like the Gallus K or even like the Mass Production Q-Blade when it's with its stun locks, can do that for combos? We already see how good balancers can be against generals and suits like the Jamru Finn. Where it actually helps it in combos. It still helps it against raids as well, but it still can die to raids super easily. So why does this suit have it and not those high-cost suits? It makes no sense. Also, what also doesn't make any sense is that thing clearly didn't hit me. It must be latency on the... again, which I accept that's just GBO2 nowadays. Oh, hey, I got the kill though anyway, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, it makes no fucking sense. They should really just give... Balancer should be an automatically thing. Automatically a thing at this cost. But yeah, going away from that, I will be taking a seat back here in this corner here because I realize the G-Line light armor is coming again. Fruity, being a nice guy, not wanting to die, go forward and die, decided to sit down and shield me from the G-Line light armor, which he decided not to push forward, which if he did... I'm pretty sure Fruity will fuck him up with his melee strength and his weapon choices. So, yeah, G-Line was, I guess, kind of smart to push forward. His team's now starting to push in, but yeah, they'll be taking a lot of damage. Over 4,000 shot on that cannon, pretty good. I didn't realize I still had the cannon out, so I kind of missed my opportunity for more shots. I realized, okay, I already have the beam cannon, the shoulder cannon out, so I think I'm just going to charge it again. But I got no damage afterwards, which is fine. But hey, mission completed. Somehow we made this team work. And hey, I'm not on the board, but I will definitely be praising these two guys, the Gaza C and the G-Line Cold Districts. I would have praised everybody, because holy shit, we made that work. And hey, 5th place, 4 and 3, which a lot of those I got like 3 third places. No, I got some third places. I got some second places in that. So I'm totally fine with that. Yeah. Not the most optimal way to play the Gun Cannon 2. If you want to play the Gun Cannon 2, I actually had a stream on the 10th of December, for people that are watching in the future, for my spectator matches, and I played the Gun Cannon 2 on Desert, and I actually did really amazing, but the problem is that I wasn't getting targeted a lot. There was a Desert Gelgu, he would attack me every now and then, but yeah, I was getting away with a lot of stuff, and that's how the Gun Cannon 2 is, where the Gun Cannon 2 is really good at sniping. Its shoulder cannon beam rifle, or beam shoulder cannon, actually has 700 range, which is pretty damn good, and the regular beam rifle it has is kind of like a sniping suit as well. I forgot exactly the range on that, but it's pretty far. Yeah, the suit is just geared for sniping, and it's really good at getting the damage for that. It just suffers a lot because of how the meta usually is in GBO2, where people just push forward together as a team. There's no like sitting back and setting up or anything like that, or hardly, I should say. Not everybody does it, you know. Kind of like this match where I thought B side was just going to sit back, but no, we actually went aggressive. So that was good, honestly, making that weird team work. Which I mean, there's some benefits of that team though, like the heavy attacks and the Gaza Sea's big fuck off cannon. Even though it's more of a meme suit every now and then, but yeah, it's just how people usually play GBO2 nowadays can make the gun cannon 2 kind of hard to play. And you saw I had to be constantly on the move whenever I noticed that there was going to be a raid on my ass. And I could tell it was a raid too because he was gunning straight for me. uh, and even at that moment where the Aqua or the Marine Gundam was coming after me, I had to move because yeah, this thing doesn't have an instant stun weapon unless you charge your focus charge your weapons. And one of those weapons can only fire if it's focus charged, and that's the beam shoulder cannon. So maybe I don't know if I want to say that this suit needs to get buffed. If I had to buff one thing, maybe make it to where you can fire the beam cannon without charging it. It doesn't have to stun or anything. Maybe it can be like your beam rifle where it doesn't stun, but if you charge it, it can stun. And maybe you can add that penetration effect that it can keep that penetration effect that what happens when you fully charge that shoulder beam cannon. But yeah, I think the gun cannon too, which I guess I should go ahead and say that hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And tell me how you feel about the gun cannon too, which I will tell you now is I think it's a pretty interesting suit because I do like playing sniping suits, but there's a lot of suits in this game sniping wise that kind of have this suit beat, like the Hyzak Custom, which I believe, actually I think that might start out at 450. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I think it's 450, which this suit starts at 400. But yeah, that suit, it can stun uncharged, and if you do charge it up, it does a heavy stagger, and it actually has a pretty capable mid-range weapon with the machine gun, so it's constant rate of fire, has a little bit of range to it, and yeah, it's a better realized sniping suit. And if you want to go even higher, there's suits like not even higher, like the Jaeger. The Gelgug Jaeger is a pretty good sniping suit. That's one I used to play quite often. Nowadays, I usually pick something else, but yeah, the Gelgug Jaeger is a pretty good sniping suit. You even have raids that can snipe, like the Gabera Tetra or the Titania, which, if I ever post that second Gun Cannon 2 match I have, is kind of a problem because I was playing Desert and I think Mick was using the Titania, and he had the beam rifle on, or the beam machine gun, and he was charging it up and sniping at me. He was counter sniping me, But yeah, the Gun Cannon 2, I think if it can sit down and actually snipe at people, you saw the damage potential there, like over 4,000 damage, and it doesn't overheat your rifle or your shoulder cannon. And if you can constantly get your damage off, if you guys want to watch that spectator stream where I was at the Gun Cannon 2, yeah, you get a lot of damage. It builds up pretty fast. But the problem is you don't have anything when somebody chases you down, which can be a problem unless somehow get your balancers off, like what I got, like what I did. But that relied on a Zuda F coming in to save my ass, So yeah, that's the Gun Cannon 2, and yeah, I think probably should get buffed again. Maybe to at least get some more constant damage going with that shoulder cannon. And not a major buff, because it's still not going to be able to stun and help at close range. Besides, having the grenades and the Vulcans for just that damage. No effective stun at close range, right? It can still be that sniping suit, but it's a lot more easier to get that damage off without having to wait and all that good shit. And yeah, again, why does this thing have balancers and not the high cost support suits? The ones that are reasonable, there's some that are like, okay, you're too big and clumsy to not have balancers, but there's some that's like the Yagdoga QA. That one I'm gonna keep using that as a reference, as a point of reference for balancers. Like, it's so stupid. But yeah, that's gonna be it. And I will see you guys later. Bye.